Hi everyone! Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Wendy, your one and only Magandita. It's my So if you are new here, I am doing some vlogs about Portugal, and I am sharing some tips on how to live here in Portugal as a foreign or as an immigrant. So if you want to know anything about Portugal, please consider to like this video, subscribe, and smash that bell notification so you will never miss any vlog and tips with Magandita. So I have been receiving a lot of questions all over. It's almost the same almost every day, asking, is it really possible to convert tourist visa to resident visa here in Portugal? Every day I am receiving this in DMs, emails, comments, sections, everything. So let me be clear. But before anything else, I would like to be clear with you all, guys. I am not a consultant. I am not a lawyer. I am not an immigration lawyer. These answers that I've been answering is just based on my personal experiences. So pardon me if I am saying something maybe exaggerated, maybe, I don't know, but this is all based on my own experience. I'm just sharing this journey because I want to help some people who wants to have a dream to be in Europe, because Portugal is one of the best stepping stone here in Europe, and I do believe Portugal has the easiest way to be illegal, to be a resident. So my answer to that question that I'm receiving every day is why? Yes, of course. That's what I did. And nowadays I believe it's not so hard unlike before, because during those times when I came here and the pandemic became so hard, it takes a lot of time to process everything, the papers, the bureaucracy. It was already bad, and it became so bad during the pandemic situation. And yes, all you have to do is, here's the thing, I will give you a list of documents you're gonna need in order for you to get that resident permit from tourist visa. But again, this is applicable only if you came here for tourist visa. Like for example, you came here in Portugal just for tourists, and all of a sudden you decided, you become in love with Portugal, and you decided to live here, and all you have to do is find a job. Of course, you're not gonna survive here if you don't have a job, unless you are rich or if you're investors or something, but it's different level. So all you have to do first, find a job. And of course, when you find a job, most of the employers, especially the big companies, they need that you must have a resident permit. But that's also confusing, you know. Big companies, they're asking you need to have a resident permit, but you cannot get a resident permit if you don't have a job, right? Especially if you're a tourist. So it's kind of conflict. But here's the thing, I can advise with you, if you're not so picky on a job, you can apply for employer from the housekeepers, waitressing, nannies or something, because those employers, they can easily give a contract with you, which is amazing, because all you have to do is at least they can give 6 months or 1 year contract. It's fine. And using that contract, you can use that to get a social security. That will help you to get a social security, because again, contract, social security, you're gonna need it to SEF. Okay, here's a checklist that you're gonna need to pass to SEF in order for you to get a resident permit. You need a work contract, social security, NIF, proof of address, health health insurance or health number here in Portugal. You need a bank account, of course, and passport, valid passport, criminal records from your country, which has to be authenticated here in Portugal in Portuguese. And again, let's go back to another step. Your employer will help you to get a social security. So they will fill up something, they will be the one to register with you to social security, and then you're gonna get a NIF. You have to get a NIF because it's part of also on the contract. You cannot, anyway, you can get it in advance. You can get it first before getting a job. While searching a job, you can get a NIF. And I can put on the description link below how you can get a NIF. And also, when you get those things, so you can open a bank account. When you open a bank account here in Portugal, I advise you to use Activo Bank. I'm not a sponsor of Activo Bank. I'm not working with them or something. It's just I suggest that Activo Bank because they're not having a monthly charge, unlike other bank. Like I think that's one of the best expat friendly because it's 0 interest or something, and the minimum all you have to do is to deposit. In my time, the deposit required is only 250, and then you can withdraw it back after. So when you get it, all you have to do now is, of course, during the what I did, I don't have a house contract. If you have a house contract, you can use that as the proof of address. But if you don't have an address contract, you can get the Junta Freguesia. It looks like barangay clearance in our country in Philippines, and like and in your area there is like municipality, small municipality. They're giving those papers, the proof that you're living in that area. But there is a but. In order for you to get a Junta Freguesia paper, you need a 2 representative that prove that you're living really in that area. My advice, you can use your landlord or landlady to sign, to ask their the citizen card ID, and one person you can use is like a store. In my situation before, I used the store, the Indian store. They were so polite because I always buy on that Indian store, so they were so polite. They helped me to get the student Junta Freguesia, so they sign and stamp to my paper. So after a couple of days, I got my Junta Freguesia, and it's done. It's like that. So everything you have now, assuming NIF, contract, social security, Junta Freguesia, and then you're gonna need your criminal record in your home country. This is what I was advising you. If you are like 50-50 or planning to be here in Portugal, when you're coming in Portugal, it's like a tourist, and if you're planning to stay here, it's better you bring your criminal record from your country. And then when you get that criminal record in your country, because it's costly, really. For me, it cost me around 200 euro to get that, because I had to ask my family to get that for me. It's not easy because it's so expensive, and of course I have to pay those people, even if they are my family. I have to be responsible to those expenses. And then when you have your criminal record, you have to authenticate it here in Portugal, and to Portuguese translation and with authentication. So now we're ready. You have authenticated already the criminal record. Now all you have to do now, passport, of course. You have to have a passport, valid passport, and you must have also, like for example, assuming you already work for, because not everything you will get unless you are really fast person. So when you start the job, you have to get a paper and social security that you don't have any missed payment. and then you gonna upload those documents that I mentioned in sapasef.com. It's just like that. You don't need to go to SEF to call them or something. You just need to upload those documents. And when you uploaded those documents, you have to wait after, for me it takes a couple of weeks. They accepted the paper, my documents. You're gonna receive an email that from SEF that your paper has been already approved or accepted, and then they will send you the manifestation of interest. Manifestation of interest is documents or paper that you can print. Shows is like a proof that your paper is ongoing already, ongoing to be approved. Hopefully, yes, this is a good stepping stone anyway. And then when you accepted, all you have to do now is to wait for a scheduled opening schedule. For me, though during those time it was so hard because during the pandemic, I think there was a problem in SEF. They're closed, or half only of the staff are working. There is some strike or something, so it takes a lot of time. And I believe nowadays it's go back to normal already. So for me, in my situation, I received an email that I have to make a schedule. After I accepted, I received an email that there is a schedule that I have to make it already between these times. So when I made a schedule, we have to be very fast clicking in a computer. In my case, I advise you to check it every day in SAPASEF on the website and the portal if there is available schedule, because when you find a schedule, sometimes, and most of the times actually, it's missing, it's gone. Thousands of people are waiting for a schedule to be open, and all you have to do, because in my case I went to Porto, because that is the only place open, so I have no choice. I went to Porto to get that scheduled for interview to SEF. Anyway, so when you book an appointment to SEF, when you get it finally done, you have an appointment, we're gonna be having interview. The struggle is not gonna be end actually, because you have to prepare for payment. I'm not sure how much it's gonna be for each. I don't know if it depends on nationality, but for me I paid 300 euro, 325 if I'm not mistaken euro, because in my case my visa was being expired already when I arrived here in Portugal, and I have somehow overstayed, so I have to pay the fine. And I think for Brazilian people, they have some agreement to Brazilian, so they pay much less. They pay only like 25-50 euro. But anyway, it's not a big deal for me. At least I have my resident card. But anyway, I will advise you to, before you go to center to the SEF on your interview, you have to make a photocopy of everything, all your documents. You have to prepare all of that, and you have to prepare the money, of course. So after that interview, I got a pass, and they will tell you if you get they will take you a photo, fingerprinting or something. When you're done that, and payment or something and everything, all you have to do is to wait. For me, I just wait like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. My card has been arrived after that. So yes, I did it, from tourist visa to resident visa. I did it on myself. Actually, I am so proud because I didn't contact any lawyers. Many people, especially Filipinos here, they're having a lawyers. They're paying a lot of money, like I can say thousands or something like that. But I don't. I just made it everything by myself, of course with the help of my boyfriend. And I had some struggle actually financially during those first few months, but I survived. So yeah, if I did it, sure you can do it also. I hope this give you some inspiration if you want to live in Europe, especially here in Portugal. I hope this can give you some motivation. And again, if you have any more questions or suggestions, just shoot me a DM or comment me down below. I will do my best to answer all of it. Thank you so much. I will see you again on my next video. Bye.